Hi, I'm Taylor.
And I'm Ryan.
And welcome to the Tailgate. Welcome to FoodTok TV. We do live cooking shows on the daily, Monday through Friday, multiple shows throughout the day. Welcome to Saturday, which is the Tailgate. Tonight, or today, it's still afternoon, guys. We got this beautiful tomahawk steak.
Beautiful
tomahawk steak that has been dry brining in our refrigerator all night, which basically means that we took this grill grate and we patted this dry, rubbed it around with salt, and let it sit there so that way it would dry brine, so it's gonna make for a very, very juicy, delicious tomahawk. And that's, so he's getting the coals ready for that. While we're doing that as well, in order to serve with this, we're gonna be making some asparagus, some mushrooms, and a little side salad. So y'all welcome in, tap the screens. I'm gonna be turning on, we're very interactive, though the phone is a little bit away, but we have our phones here, so that way we can respond to questions and comments. So
that's what I gotta get my coals. My chimney starter is ready to roll.
Yes. So I'm gonna put the steak here so everyone can at least like still see it. And so I'll get started on the fixings while he's getting started on that. Okay. Woo, y'all welcome in, welcome to FoodTok TV.
Alright, let's get these guys in here. We're gonna have a hot fire today.
Fire is hot, hot, hot.
And it's gonna take a little bit for that to get going, so.
All right, on. So I'm gonna have to run inside and wash my hands real quick after this because I've got to get started on some bacon for the salads. I'm just gonna go in with my shears and just cut these right in there, and we'll stir it around later. Someone told me this in a comment once, because I would just always use my cutting board to chop the bacon, but y'all, this has been my favorite commenter, or the favorite comment that I've ever gotten was like, why don't you just use kitchen shears? Ever since then, this is how I do my bacon.
I'm just gonna get rid of it.
You're just getting rid of the gasket? Oh man!
We don't really need it today.
He's been meaning to replace the gasket.
So, we're just gonna go ahead and rip the band-aid
off,
so to
man.
speak.
It's FoodTok TV, not just not wrecking equipment TV. Okay, so I'm gonna run inside and wash my raw hand.
No fears, I have another gasket inside. I've just been too lazy to replace it. Oh yeah, I already smell that bacon.
Ooh. It's bacon!
There we go.
Hey Mark, hey Maria Mall, hello. Yes, we are in Nashville. That is where we are at. Weather is beautiful today, so of course we had to take advantage of the outdoor kitchen. The outdoor kitchen meaning we just bring everything from our indoor kitchen outside.
Yeah. And if you're standing out here, the smoke is definitely flowing right toward you. So it doesn't really matter where you stand, you're going to get all that smoke. So, which the smoke should clear up here soon as the fire gets going. I had my chimney starter. I got some lump charcoal, some hardwood lump charcoal in the chimney starter. Also have some hardwood lump charcoal already in the grill, quite a bit. So I'm using that, you know, hot influx of coals from the chimney starter to go over the top of the coals that are already in the grill, and that way we can have a hot fire that's sustainable.
How long do you think it's going to take to cook this steak on the grill?
To cook the steak on the grill, I'm going to say probably 5 to 7 minutes per side because it's a thick boy. Right. But you know, we're going to keep an eye on that. We certainly don't want to overcook this. It's not a cheap hunk of meat. So,
no, it's not.
So yeah,
But the thing is, like, we like our steaks medium rare, medium rare. So whenever I'm purchasing a steak, like, I really do look for a thicker cut, just so I'm gonna get more of that mid-rare. Like, this would not be a very good steak if you liked yours closer to well, just because of the amount of time that would take on the grill to get you there.
Yeah.
And you know, when I worked at a steakhouse, like, that's what they would do. They would separate the steaks based on thickness. And so depending on the temperature that they wanted it cooked, like, that would be the steak for that. And people would complain. They're like, why is my steak not thick? It's just a thin piece of meat. It's like, well, it's well done, you know.
And it's lost, like, 70% of its moisture.
Right.
From
like,
also being well done.
Like, that's it.
So yeah, we're going for sear, and we're gonna, get a good sear, and that's gonna be pretty easy for us because we have this beautiful dry brine going on with it, and so we'll sear all sides of it.
Oh, do you want to chop mushrooms while I'm cleaning them?
I might sear the sides first on it, and then
might do the sides first.
Yeah, I might do the sides first.
Oh no! No bueno. Y'all welcome in. We are going to be grilling up this tomahawk steak. Also going to be making some asparagus. We're going to be using some sun-dried tomatoes with the oil for the asparagus that we're going to grill. Also working on some bacon for our little side salad we got going on, because one of Ryan's favorite things on the planet is a meat and salad with plenty of ranch. We are very much so ranchy people. We love a good vinaigrette as well, but ranch is just something about ranch dressing on a side salad with steak. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Ah, thanks, Mark. We're really stoked about this steak. We got some bad news yesterday, and we were like, you know what? We need food to make us feel better.
Meat makes it better.
Meat makes it better. Hashtag meat makes it better. So I'm just getting a damp cloth to wipe off my mushrooms here to clean them. I'm not doing any sort of soaking in water. Mushrooms, they're fungi. They are not vegetables, so we need to stop treating them as such. So whenever you add any sort of, or a bunch of liquid to the mushrooms, they're just going to absorb it. So it would just absorb all that, like, dirt water. We're not going for that. So we're just doing like a nice damp cloth, just wiping off. And another thing when it comes to cooking mushrooms is that you don't want to salt it until they're pretty much cooked, because that's how you're going to have a soggy mushroom. We don't like the soggy mushrooms. We like them to have some, like, good texture. There's not a whole lot of foods that I would enjoy that I describe as soggy. Another good description of food I don't want: leathery.
Leathery and soggy, like the two extremes.
Yeah, the leathery or soggy. Oh, man.
We do not want a leathery, desiccated steak, nor do we want soggy mushrooms.
Right. And so, y'all, we are the Tailgate. Welcome to the Tailgate on FoodTokTV, our Saturday show on FoodTokTV that's at 1 p.m. Central, and on Saturdays. And usually we have something to tailgate, something that's fun for us to tailgate, like, maybe a game we're interested in, or like an event that's happening. But today, we are tailgating tonight's grub match. On FoodTokTV, we do grub match, which is pretty much our cooking competition. I mean, it is our cooking competition. It's a live cooking competition. We have a FoodTokTV veteran that's competing, Trini Cooks, and she is being challenged by Jen 1960. And they have 1 hour to cook with whatever the secret ingredient was that we drew last week. And the ingredient is legumes. So I think that will be fun. Yeah, I'm calling it the grub match of the blue legumes. No, I think it'll be fun. So I'm not doing too thin of slices for these mushrooms. Not super thin, not super thick. And whenever I do my bacon, I start it off at a low temperature with bacon, and then I will increase the temperature over time. The reason why I start with a low temperature is because I want the bacon to take its time to render, and a low and slow is going to render more of the fat, leaving me with a crispier bacon. And plus I get all that extra bacon grease on the side, which I love doing stuff with bacon grease. One of my favorite recent ones I did was a homemade mayo with bacon grease. Yes. The homemade mayo with the bacon grease, that was so freaking good. Now the thing is animal fats and vegetable fats are kind of built differently. So in order for a mayonnaise emulsion to work with the bacon fat, you do have to cut it with a vegetable.
I gotta get my grill stuff ready.
You know, it's not gonna aioli or make homemade mayonnaise real well if the fat that you're using hardens at room temperature. Kind of a whole saturated versus unsaturated fat lesson there for you. Ooh, bacon smells good. My backyard smells amazing. It smells like bacon and it smells like grill.
Our house smells the same.
Our house smells like bacon and grill.
The door is open over here. After I have to get my grill.
Sorry I gotta not be part of your show. It's his show too, guys. I love a good side of mushrooms with steak. Mushrooms and steak. Can't beat that combination. Cannot. About like 3 or 4 slices per mushroom. Not going, you know, crazy about making sure they're all even. I know some people are very much so, they like their cuts of everything to be absolutely even. For me, I mean, it looks more homemade if it's not even, but then you get some of the pieces that are more cooked than the others, and I like those differences. Like even like with French fries, you know, I like the extra crunchy ones, but I also like the ones that aren't super cooked. And it's like, yeah, they're not ugly chops. It's rustic. I love calling my food rustic. Basically gives me an excuse not to be a perfectionist. Hey Forge, what up? How are you doing? And y'all, Mark Murd, he's in the comment section right now, and he is one of our creators on FoodTokTV. He films the Spices Right with his wife Melissa. They are on Mondays at 6 p.m. Central, so stay tuned for that. You know, if you're not following FoodTokTV, you should, because we do the live cooking shows daily with a variety of creators. Oh, it's bacon! You know, even if I didn't need bacon for anything, this is a pretty awesome, you know.
Oh yeah.
Nice little just fragrance to have bacon.
It's nice to fry bacon outside sometimes. But,
right?
You know, if you can, by all means, fry bacon outside.
Right.
We're definitely not wanting to grill the bacon because that would not be good.
Oh man, that would lead to some fires.
Yeah, we'd have grilled carbon. Basically.
Yes. Oh no, what'd you do?
That's what I didn't do. What I didn't do. I didn't put the grill grate in. So
Oh.
that's okay though. This one needs a cleaning.
Oh, okay.
And it's still cool.
I wonder how many things I can get done before he actually
is
ready to do something.
Probably a lot.
See, that's like a kind of difference with like tailgating and then like just regular, you know, what some of our other shows are, because we're just so like, oh, we got nowhere to be. Yeah. As long as we're done by 6 p.m. Central for grub match.
Yeah, we're kind of grills a daisical.
Grills a daisical, I love it. Oil bowl. I have about a pound of mushrooms, and I put about 2 tablespoons of oil in the pan. And I'm also going to add about 2 tablespoons of some butter. We're going to let this get all nice and hot before I'm going to add the mushrooms. So once all that butter is melted, then I can. And you can really tell the progress of your mushrooms as they're cooking with how much moisture they're releasing in and out, because as mushrooms cook, they're going to absorb whatever butter, oil, anything that you put in here. They're going to absorb it first. So if you pull mushrooms too quick, that's how you get soggy mushrooms. But you got to like sit there and wait for it to release back out the liquid. And a lot of times when you're sauteing mushrooms, people will say like the mushrooms are done when the pan is dry. And I find that to be absolutely correct. You can actually get a pot of water and just boil your mushrooms. You can just boil the mushrooms until the water is completely ran out and dry, and then the mushrooms will start searing. You can even cook mushrooms that way. I've actually heard that's the preferred way of going about, but I can't do the smell of raw mushrooms. So that's out in my kitchen. So butter and oil, nice and hot, melty. Let's add our mushrooms. We'll make sure everything gets some of the butter absorbed before I add the rest. I might need to add more butter. Yeah, I've never had complaints with this is too buttery. The mushrooms are going to absorb all that butter, and then they're going to release the butter. So like the butter is part of the mushroom sauce. Hello, Lobello de la Casina. Welcome in, y'all. If you're not following her, please be sure to give Lena a follow at Lobello de la Casina. She was actually in last month's grub match against RX, and they both did such an amazing job. I was so proud of them. Their ingredients, which I was kind of mean to them with their ingredients, and their ingredients were ghost pepper and star anise. Tonight's show has a little bit easier of a case with legumes. I still feel so mean thinking about that grub match, but amazing. But yes, she does live on her own page and does content on her own page. Alright, now that everything is like just kind of tossed with the butter here, I'm just going to kind of let it sit. I'm going to let the mushrooms just kind of do their magic, so I'm not going to check back up on these mushrooms for a bit. And I believe I can take these off. I gotta get a plate with paper towel. See, this is why I should have been wearing my sunglasses, because like the indoor-outdoor thing with the light and you know.
Oh man, yes.
Yes. So we're just letting those. Don't stir them. I know you're gonna want to stir it.
I do not want to stir it. I already know.
You already know.
I already know what day I'm gonna have. What kind of day I'm gonna have if I go over there and stir it.
Right.
What was it that judge said? You know, like if you don't have all this, and this done by the time you come back for your next court date, we will not have a pleasant conversation.
We will not be having a pleasant conversation. I'm just kind of spooning these out because I want to keep whatever reserved bacon grease I have. Because y'all, if you're not saving your bacon grease, what are you doing? Alright. Perfect.
Save this bacon, man.
Save the bacon, man. So let's actually switch these so that way y'all get a better. There we go. Got the bacon. Yeah. Okay, so this absolutely it would have been easier if I would have just picked up the pan. The thing is though, this app does not like when there are like name brand things on here and there's a logo on here. So as soon as you are able to see the logo, that's when my numbers go. So yes, you are correct. If you're doing this in your own kitchen and not being filmed, yes, pick up the pan. Absolutely, you are correct. I'm just playing by the rules of this silly game. Alright, so. Hey Ryan.
Yes.
What all have you gotten accomplished since we've been on this live?
Let's see, I washed the spatula, I washed 2 sets of tongs, and I got my oil bowl for oiling up
Rings
the
or
grill ready.
dice?
Rings.
Okay.
I think
so too.
rings or C shape. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Semi rings for you.
Semi rings. C's.
people that are not a fan of the letter C.
See? Oh my goodness, that kind of looks like a habanero.
It does. It really does.
It kind of does.
It does. It'd be like a habanero stage prop. Which we
really
don't use stage props around here.
Yeah,
Anytime we do stupid things with hot peppers, we're
Yeah,
really doing
we're really
stupid
doing
things
the
with hot peppers.
stupid things with hot peppers. Thank you, Mark. Yes, it will be a delicious meal. I'm so excited.
Those mushrooms are
He's like, dude, we
good.
got, oh yeah, and we're not touching them. These mushrooms
Yeah, no.
are looking absolutely divine.
No, yes, they are beautiful.
Yeah, so we decided to cook this. We got not so pleasant news yesterday. I'm sorry to any of my neighbors that heard me screaming about it. I'm sure they did. Sorry, guys. So the reason why we're doing this spectacular meal right here is like all of our comfort things that just make us feel better, because food makes people feel better sometimes. But so this tomahawk steak was absolutely calling our name with this. Mushrooms absolutely calling our name. And we love a good side salad calling our name. So meat and veggies. I am also a meat and potatoes kind of gal, but Ryan is definitely more of like a meat and salad dude. Like he could
And
just
veggies.
live off of like meat and veggies and like that's it.
Yeah, I mean, like it's the Wonder Diet.
Wonder
Yeah,
diet.
you have your protein, and you get your veggies.
Yeah.
Raw, like veggies, you're getting more nutrients.
Meanwhile, I could sit over here and just eat mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese and call it a day.
One day we'll do a meat and potatoes where when we grill our meat, we'll just throw the raw the raw dog potatoes down in the ashes to bake them.
Ooh, yeah.
We'll get some big bakers.
You know, I was thinking about next week too, since our next show is going to be on the 19th, and the day after that is Easter, and we do have a ham in the freezer. And I was almost thinking about some sort of like Easter leftover potato skins,
We could throw
because
it
we've
on
done potato skins on the show before,
We
and
could
they're
take
always
that
so
ham
good.
and we could throw it on the smoker with some nice hammy flavors
Ooh.
and kind of re-smoke it for a little
So
bit.
y'all, do you want us to tailgate with some Easter leftovers next week? Let us know, because I mean,
Easter, not leftovers, Easter
oh, pre-overs.
pre-onions.
Well, the thing is, whenever you create content for food, like on the internet, you have to like do things ahead of time. You got to celebrate
yeah.
your holidays early.
Well, I mean, it is ahead of time, technically. Yeah, I think that's it. But if we want to do that, we're going to have to take that ham out of the freezer tonight.
Oh yeah, I did look it up because last week we almost did something with that ham, but it's a whole ham that's been in our freezer. We got it when it was on sale,
Yeah.
and it
After-
said like 5 to 7 days to thaw.
It was like after the holidays and everything, and it was cheap. So I would imagine if you're getting a
It
ham
was like a
now,
$7 ham.
Yeah, it was a $7 ham, which was probably like a $30 to $35 ham prior. But holidays where people like ham, they jack up the price on you, so you
Right.
paying a little bit more for that ham. I guess like holidays where people like handles on their steaks because they did not discount this one.
Yeah, in December, our refrigerator, our water heater, our freezer, and our dryer all broke at the same time in December.
Yeah.
And he was able to like refurbish all of that, right? But in the meantime, for what was going on, we really needed the deep freezer, and it just happened to be on a super sale, and y'all, that was like my favorite purchase ever. Having that deep freezer. Oh.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot. And like
Oh yeah, I've
sometimes-
been wanting that for years.
Sometimes, you know, like life will just kick you in the butt and say like, you're getting this, whether, you know,
Right.
whether you like it or not. You know you need it.
Right. Now's the time.
Now's the time. So I'm very grateful for that kick in the butt. Because
Right.
man, that
It was
thing
just
has
the
been a
universe's way.
game
So
changer.
yes, if you're like contemplating if you need a deep freezer, get it.
As many meats as we smoke and as many things as we freeze, because we'll smoke a hunk of meat and then we'll bag it up and no diggity style and vacuum seal it and throw it in the freezer. So our main freezer just became a storage unit for all of our
Right.
our smoked meat projects over here. Yeah. There'd be like tons of brisket, tons of that, you know. Now we have a thing where we can put those big hunks. Taylor can make cakes now.
Yes.
And freeze them. And that's pretty awesome.
Because I love making birthday cakes for people. Absolutely love it.
And now we just have so much real estate in our side-by-side freezer over there that it really works out.
I'm not like shaving this like you would, but I do prefer my onions to be like super thin on the salad. Like, but I'm not getting as obsessive as you can get. So some of them are pretty thin, some of them are pretty thick.
She's doing really well.
Yeah.
They're all thin.
Oh yeah, but like the paper thin slices.
They're not like a zigzag, but
I used to work at a place that had this salad, and with the red onions, they would use a mandolin to shave the red onions on there, and it was just such like a perfect like tangy bite with the red onions. But they stopped doing it that way because a lot of people don't like onions on their stuff, so they would have to remake the salad so many times because people didn't realize it came with onion, and because it's shaved on there, you know. So then they substitute it with just the one like red ring, and it just ruined the salad. I know, I'm still bad.
Alright, so I'm pushing
Holding grudges over a salad over here.
I'm pushing this sucker up because it's almost at 500 degrees now, and I'm gonna open up my bottom vanilla. I opened up my top vent full all the way.
Oh, we got a comment saying we love the egg grills. Yes, we do.
Oh yes.
Yes, we do, Miss Turtle. And King ZY says we're lucky that it's so nice out. But you know what? We are lucky it's super nice out. But the past couple of weeks has been just like tornado, 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 tornado warning, tornado warning, tornado warning. So it feels like the light at the end of the tunnel with our beautiful weather here. We are in Nashville, so y'all, if you're in the comments, let me know where you're watching this at and how's your weather. I'm very curious about how your weather is going.
How you like your weather?
How do you like it now?
And this is burning off some of this. What was the last thing? Oh, we did that bacon wrapped pork loin. So this is a lot of that coming off of our grill grate. A lot of that bacon wrapped pork loin goodness. So I can
that
smell
bacon wrapped
all
pork
the
loin
smells
from last week was so phenomenal.
So this steak will be infused with a little bit of that kind of smoky flavor as well too. So that'll be good.
Oh man.
I can actually hear steaming going on in here. I'm noticing these little check marks on the grill paint. And I don't know if I should be concerned about.
Dang, I just really am making the whole meal while you're getting the grill ready.
I'm just watching it, really. I'm just looking at the temperature over here and inspecting too.
I'm trying to figure out if this is weaponized incompetence. He's
what?
not. Nothing. He's not, guys.
Not confident, totally. I promise.
No, I said weaponized incompetence.
I know, you said I'm not, and then I said not competent.
Right, you're for real not confident.
For real not
Right, not faking it.
Not.
So yes, now I gotta make the ranch,
Well, I
which...
can make a tasty hunk of meat though.
Yes, you can. And you know what? I'm fine with that.
A dumb meathead.
And of course, with our salad, we're gonna need plenty of ranch because this man's always an extra side of ranch.
Extra side of any dressing, not just ranch.
Not just ranch.
I like a bunch of dressings.
Which I do love vinaigrettes, and ooh, I love it too. Sometimes if a place has a really good vinaigrette and doing a side of vinaigrette, side of ranch.
Oh yeah.
Chef kiss.
Oh yeah, you like even like a nice Italian vinaigrette
Oh yes.
and ranch, or a Greek vinaigrette and ranch.
Oh yes.
Double down, folks.
Now let me know in the comments, y'all. What's your favorite
Man,
salad
this
dressing?
sucker is a lit, dude. It is. We're at 500 degrees now, so I want to go ahead and when this thing gets ready.
Tap Rugged says they want that steak. It's ours.
Oh, yes, it's ours. But if you get over here quick enough, it might still be around, you know. I want to sear that sucker while this thing is as hot as it can possibly be, and then we'll worry about the temperature left over to cook our other veggies. But we're at about 500 degrees, which I love, and we're still climbing, so I'm gonna let it climb just a little bit more. And so while I look like I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing a lot, but I am making sure that I get this thing at the right temperature to flop that steak on, and that's going to be pretty much the highest temperature I can achieve in here. My speedometer goes up to 700 degrees Fahrenheit.
And let's see, it's beautiful in Houston, beautiful in California, beautiful in Texas, Kerrville, Texas, Southern Indiana, low 50s and sunny. That is Jen 1960. Hello, she's going to be the one on Grub Match tonight versus Trini Cook. So be sure you're tuning in at 6 p.m. Central for that fun show.
So you're saying it's a pretty day in a lot of places, huh?
It's a pretty day in a lot of places. I think the weather was just like, you know what, we're ready.
It's a good day for grilling. It was a little chilly a couple hours ago, but it's really gotten kind of tolerable.
So y'all, if you make ranch or like use the ranch seasoning packets on the daily, or not on the daily, but if you use them frequently, I would recommend actually getting the stuff to make it yourself. Just because, I mean, so what I'm doing here, it's a mix of mayo and buttermilk, but I'm kind of adding my seasoning powder for the ranch in there. And a big part of the seasoning powder for the ranch is buttermilk powder. So cultured buttermilk powder, that's kind of what gives it its tang. It's the thing that you know it's ranch. The other things that make it to where you add it and you know it's ranch is going to be dill weed, and it's going to be dried chives. Everything else is just kind of like your preference, like the salt, the pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, all this in there. And I'm kind of bringing it through a sifter here because the dried buttermilk powder does get clumpy, and so if I push it through, you know, in here it's going to be less clumpy. I could have just like made this whole thing into a ranch seasoning, but as you can see, clumpy. Clumpy. Oh wow, I've been really ignoring these mushrooms. Good job me. I have not touched these in a minute. Do you want to do the honors and stir the mushrooms? Yeah.
I haven't done anything else. Do you want to make it a jalapeno?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, jalapeno ranch. Yes. Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at that.
They browned.
Look at that. Oh man, it's like they almost reddened. Oh, this is great.
See, that's why I threatened this man.
Do not touch.
Do not touch my mushrooms. And so we have the beautiful golden crust.
And we're gonna get them as flipped over as
so
we
many
can.
gifts, y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank
no
you,
flies.
guys.
Currently, we are not dealing with flies.
We are in a no-fly zone.
There is a wasp over here that wants to hang out.
We're generating so much smoke from this thing that I don't think any insect wants to be near us right now.
Right. When we do this in the summer, though, we're going to have to be creative.
Yeah.
Oh, those mushrooms are just so beautiful. I'm so excited. If I had some red wine, those would go in there as well. But, y'all, I have not salted these mushrooms or anything yet. So, Ryan, I don't know if you want to, like, salt and pepper them.
Not yet.
You want to wait? Wait for the other side to...
Other side, and then we'll salt, not as much salt because I have some Worcestershire sauce that I would like to throw in there.
Okay.
And probably a little bit of this Seed Ranch umami sauce.
Oh yes, I love that sauce.
A little bit of the umami with the Worcestershire and the umami. And then maybe a little bit of herbs. I think maybe we have some like freeze-dried thyme.
Yeah.
Would be good on them.
So with the ranch, I have the mayo, I have buttermilk powder, and I'm not measuring any of this. I'm just going to taste and adjust. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look. I'm trying to find the time.
Oh. So the main things in here, other than the mayo, the buttermilk powder, and buttermilk, I also did jalapeno and jalapeno juice to kind of get the jalapeno mustard going on. But when you're making a homemade ranch, the main things you're going to need that buttermilk powder. You're going to need some dill weed, not dill seed. Dill seed is kind of that taste that you get from pickles, dill pickles. That's dill seed. This is dill weed, which is dried, fresh dill. And of course you can use fresh dill instead if that's what you got, but dill weed is something that just always hangs out in the cabinet. And the other thing is the dried chives. Everything else is just kind of like whatever you want to do from there. Onion powder, garlic powder. I have this roasted garlic powder that I'm adding. I love the dried chives, so. And it looks more ranchy if it's more green, so don't be afraid to add more. We'll also do some onion powder. You can also add some paprika, some cayenne, whatever your heart is desiring right there. I love a good chipotle ranch too.
Oh, chipotle ranch, yes.
So just eyeballing any.
Which is jalapeno ranch, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Technically.
That is technically jalapeno. Sorry, I gotta like move into the shade so I can read the comments.
Yeah.
Hank Moody, I hope that's a funny joke. The bright, I don't know.
The what? Oh, I don't. Maybe I shouldn't repeat it. I don't even know.
I don't know.
We're at about 500.
I think it was a joke, but
on this grill at the moment.
So I'm just gonna shake this all up. I love making these in jars, so I don't have to.
We're pushing it.
I used to be a bartender.
I'm pushing the limits here on this grill.
Okay, so is it time for Tomahawk?
Well, 525 is really not pushing the limits here. But it's 525 right here. Probably not so much down here. But it is an inch thick ceramic with
oh my gosh,
inch thick ceramic inner liner. So
this is our ranch. That's why double dipping is fine.
Double dripping, and it just missed your foot.
Oh.
Doesn't
need anything.
A salad.
I know, right? Oh yes. So nice and thin pieces of chopped jalapeno. I didn't measure it. Got it pretty much all right on. Pretty much equal parts of mayo and buttermilk. Splash of jalapeno juice, chopped jalapenos. A couple tablespoons of the buttermilk powder. Dried buttermilk powder. This is the make your own ranch at home. I think this thing cost me $5, and each one of those packets cost like $1, right? So this whole thing, dill weed, dried chives, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper. You can add whatever, like spices or whatever. Love a good ranch. Love it. Do you even think it needs more jalapenos or anything?
No, I think it's perfect.
Perfectly balanced.
It's very
in the
well balanced, yeah.
Jalapeno realm of things.
You need more.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay, so Ryan will come right out with the lettuces. So that way I can go ahead and set up the salad. And I did forget to chop my tomatoes for these. I don't like leaving them whole on salads. It just tastes better when it's in. It just does. Don't listen to me, listen to food science. It tastes better. So I will post, I do have a recipe up on FoodTokTV.com where I do have my own specialty ranch, but that's kind of one of those where it's like 14 different ingredients, and I will be posting a recipe for this ranch on FoodTokTV.com later today. FoodTokTV.com is where we have all of the recipes that we do on our live shows, so you will be able to check those out there. So I will have this up later today. If you're following us, then I will post it on our stories when it's up. Oh yeah. So Ryan's getting some field greens together, also some arugula. Love me some arugula. Y'all, if you are unfamiliar with me, my name's Taylor. I'm also known as the Mustard Queen. And arugula is definitely one of my favorite lettuces because it's in the same plant family as mustard. That little like peppery bite that you get from arugula is a plant defense mechanism. Like that little like peppery bitteriness is meant to prevent animals from eating the plant. And unfortunately, I mean not unfortunately for them, fortunately for us, that is a delicious thing. But that's actually the same
The name
reaction.
Taylor actually literally translates to arugula in the mustard land, which she reigns over.
Arugula. So we'll serve the
fun made up fact.
Oh, do we want any feta?
So
or?
we have these. There's some. We got baby kale in there. There's baby kale, baby spinach, baby chard, and now arugula because I added it.
Yes.
Do we want what?
Oh, I guess I'll just like lay all the ingredients on top, or should I toss it?
We need to hit them with some butter too.
Oh, I have the butter out here.
Yeah.
The mushrooms?
Yeah.
What do you think they've been cooking in, babe?
I don't know, but like, you know,
More.
Yeah, more.
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 These mushrooms are too buttery and delicious. Said
More.
nobody ever.
Yeah.
Said nobody ever. Lich Hurtado is in here, and yes, Melissa, thank you so much for reminding us about Grub Match tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Grub Match tonight. So you're going to want to make sure that you're following this page. You're going to tune in at 6 p.m. Central Time, and that is when this will be hosted by Benjamin's Kitchen, and it will be Trini Cooks versus Jen 1960. They will have 1 hour to cook whatever dishes they want, however many, whatever they want to cook with. They have 1 hour to cook with this secret ingredient. Today it's legumes. Legumes, which I think that's such like a fun educational. Oh, should I layer it out? You think? Oh, and we're also asking how much longer.
Was that one that I come up with?
I think it was. I think it was. I think that was his idea because he was helping me write the hat for it.
How much longer? Not much.
Okay.
I think I've pushed the limits. It's our fire is built apparently for 525 degrees max. So I'd like to go ahead and get this Tomahawk on here. I'll just put it around.
Oh gosh. And y'all, we did dry brine this Tomahawk, meaning that we've had it dry last night, coated it in salt, and let it sit on
pepper.
the cool, and pepper, yes.
Yep.
But the salt is what does the chemical reaction.
Just
here.
enough salt, like you would season it before you would want to eat a piece of it, like not too much salt.
Right, not over salting, just how you would regularly salt, which a lot of y'all don't salt your food enough anyway, but you know. So what that does when you add the salt to it, the moisture from inside the steak will kind of leach out at the steak to get to the salt. So it's gonna, like, all the juices inside the steak are going outside of the steak, and then it's gonna grab the salt and come back in. So all the juices that this forms are like concentrated inside because we dry brined it. Any single time there's any sort of like meat that we're doing, I try to dry brine if there's enough forethought. You want 24 hours, 12 to 24 hours. Otherwise, don't salt your meat within the hour of you cooking it.
Especially when you want to get a good sear, like we want to get on this, because you know we want a comfort steak. We want it to be nice and seared on the outside and near raw on the inside.
Comfort steak.
Comfort steak. You cook yours, you know, however you want, but we're gonna cook ours serious.
Of course, I'm gonna toss this, you know, but we're going for presentation right now because y'all aren't eating it. You got to eat with your eyes. So
yeah, we don't often do a tossed salad either.
Right.
So
beautiful looking salad, red onions, tomatoes, cherry peppers, and bacon with our beautiful jalapeno ranch.
I feel like we're gonna get to a point of like, how many ways can we make a salad? We're kind of already there.
Oh yeah, no, we pretty much make a salad every single time we are live.
Before we get this on, I do want to get it on, but do we want to go ahead?
What about the food?
Alright, you added the butter, right? Can I stir?
Yes, I did. Yes,
I can stir. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Ooh.
Okay. Sorry, guys. The glare is way too much. It's so funny that so many people can't even pronounce legumes. That's funny.
Legumes. In a legume thereon.
Put mustard on the steak so the flies won't be on it. Thanks, Lich Hurtado. Sorry guys, I can't even read the comments because it's just so bright and beautiful outside, so I have to stick.
It's too bright and beautiful to read the comments. I'm gonna hit them with a little bit of white wine too.
Yeah,
because I got it.
Yes.
I'm gonna uncork it. That's a funny looking cork. And boom, since we have some brown bits down here, we have some fond, and I'm going to be very fond of those flavors and just do a little deglaze. I could probably do this with the water that the mushrooms are sweating out, but I mean, I had white wine. Why would I not use that? And then boom. I mean, that was that was one of the easiest deglazes I've ever deglazed. But man, look at these guys.
Maria Mull says
they got that nice sear on them, but then they get pumped back up by the juices.
Oh yes. Ooh. So because we did just add the liquid though, we're gonna let this wine cook out for a bit.
Yeah.
Since mushrooms want to absorb, and then they're gonna release. We're gonna watch.
And we'll add our other ingredients to them now, since they're like, you know, little sponges at this point. They're kind of wrung out.
Grandma says every time I pronounce legumes, I want to say log flume.
Log flume.
Log flume.
Log flume.
Sorry, I interrupted. I just had to.
Yeah, so they're like little sponges at this point. So we're gonna let a little bit of the alcohol from the wine cook out, and then we're gonna add our other. They're fun guys. And then we're gonna add our liquids to it, which they will readily absorb. And I've got this going on over here. I don't know if is Taylor gonna bring you closer.
Bring us closer to what?
Thank you for that. Thank you for
to the steak? Is it time for the steak?
It's time for the steak.
Okay, so you basically saw me make the mushrooms, the salad, the ranch, everything, and Ryan's just getting started with his job.
The first part of my job, which is the steak. Because we also have some.
Oh, that was an empty plate. That was plastic, yay.
Oh man, my heart sank because I thought that was the bacon.
No, the bacon's already on the salad.
Ooh.
Ooh, that was a.
We're
good. Bacon's safe,
very
guys.
Very happy about it. You saved our bacon there.
Yeah.
All right. So, like, conveniently, I would usually do this with tongs, but I have a handle, and I'm just gonna go ahead and sear my sides first. Look at that. It's a tomahawk. I probably wouldn't use it as a weapon.
But it could be.
Probably wouldn't. It depends on what you did. Ooh, you know what?
So warm here. Yes, it is nice and warm. I'm actually getting a little hot in this like very thin hoodie, but it's just so beautiful out.
I do have some.
We are in Nashville, by the way, guys.
I do have some grapeseed oil here to add to this affair. I'm gonna oil my grill grate. My grill rack grate. My grill grate. Yeah. Great job.
Great job.
So I got a paper towel and I got some grapeseed oil because it is a high temp. It has a high smoke point, and we're sitting.
Thank you for the follow.
525 degrees here.
Colonel Sanders. I got a comment from someone that said not chicken, and I'm like, duh. And then I saw the comment and it said it's from Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
That's not chicken. I'm like, no. that made me laugh. Thank you. Thank you, Colonel. Any other username, that would have been a ridiculous comment, but.
It would have been unhinged.
But yeah.
So now I've hit my grill grate with a little bit of grapeseed oil. It has a very high smoke point, but I don't think it's quite 525. I think it's in the high 400 range. I don't remember off the top of my mind, but it's definitely the highest smoke point oil that we have in the house. So I'm just gonna let this thing sear up on its side, just like that. We want it all around here.
It's outstanding.
The time to dry.
The steaks are outstanding here.
I'll use the tongs.
It is beef, yes.
It is beef. It is a tomahawk ribeye. It is a ribeye with the bone left in, and then the meat has been, the meat and tendon and stuff has been trimmed away from the bone. So it gives you a nice little handle, a nice clean. They call it Frenching the bone. We got some flames coming on there, so we're going to close that a little bit to kill our flames down. Sorry. I know it's action, but I'd like it not to be incinerated. And then I'm going to take, and it's probably likely a little bit hot.
Yeah, you think? I'm loving this part.
Set it around here. Actually, I'll turn it around so you can see. Yeah, I don't think the handle is going to be a good idea right now to use. But I'll say right, so you can see that nice sear and that char on the side. We are dealing with a very hot grill here.
Nicole says everyone could eat off that. And you know who everyone is for this party? You're looking at them.
You're looking at them.
You're looking at them. This is everybody.
Looking at them. And we will be eating off that.
Yes. This is definitely a splurge for us, but we needed food to cheer us up.
We did.
Oh,
Like I said, it kind of stands on its own. It can stand itself.
it's an outstanding steak.
I can totally stand it.
That reminds me of the oldest joke I had ever heard, which is, did you hear about the scarecrow that got a promotion?
No.
It was outstanding in its field.
Nah, I really did hear about that, but for the sake,
But for the sake of commentary, yes.
for the sake of comedy, Terry. Okay, so now we're just gonna plop that bad boy down in the middle there, and I'm gonna close this so the flames don't get too much for just a second, and so my eyes can like
Relax.
get some oxygen.
And Miss Turtle does say that, you know, that steak could easily feed 3 people, and absolutely, it could feed 4
it could
people.
probably feed 4,
You know, but
or
with,
more people.
With our leftovers, though, one of my favorite things to do with steak leftovers is to make an omelet or frittata or something later on with eggs.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's another great way to like.
Yeah, because you can in the omelet you can keep that you know medium rare a little bit as you fold it. It doesn't directly hit the pan, you know.
Right.
It just kind of warms up and gets cooked in that omelet. So
Got a lot of jealousy in the comment section.
So we got some flames licking it, if that's okay. Get in there on that. This side has not even been seared yet. It's just from the dry brine, and as I seared the sides first, you're seeing it kind of get that color from the heat and the smoke. So that's pretty cool.
Oh,
So we're gonna let this dude hang out. This is a very hot grill. It is my grill rack that's on fire right now, but that's okay. I don't mind a little bit of fire here. I want a little bit of fire.
I just love the fact that that's the side that's not seared yet.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
That's the non-seared side. That
dry
side has
brine, y'all.
not touched the grill.
If you have enough forethought, y'all, and you're cooking something with meat, like, dry brining is the way to go. If you think about it the day before, dry brine it.
All right.
I do it with chicken.
I'm going to change my tongs to some more durable tongs.
Any sort of pork or beef, everything gets dry brined if I think about it.
We're going to turn the corner here.
Oh yeah, that's how you get those cross marks, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a little bit of turn. Now I'm going to close this because that's a little bit too much flames for my liking. And I want to kill some of those flames down inside because I don't want to completely, you know, incinerate this steak on the outside.
Right.
What's
Thank you
that
for the corn, Miss Turtle.
Pittsburgh rare, where you just char the outside and
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's rare on the inside.
Right,
like
but
that's
it's absolutely seared on the outside.
Pittsburgh or Pittsburgh rare.
Yes. Melissa Murd, I so
It's not
appreciate
bad.
you.
It's not bad because like the Pittsburgh. Oh, we should make Pittsburgh salads one day.
Ooh,
And that's how you make the steak for
Pittsburgh
that.
steak salad.
I wanted to do steak salads today originally, and I found a nice flat iron with some like really fine marbling in it. It was like really beautiful. But I don't think we've cooked any steak for you guys other than flat iron. So, you know, I wanted to do something else. And then I found this beauty right here, and it was Love It First Meat.
Got another person from Indiana. Hello.
And then so, all right, let's go ahead and lift this up here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and flip her over because I'm pretty sure it's about time for that.
So y'all, if you are a food content creator and
Oh, look at that! Yeah, there we go.
Oh man.
Aha. That.
Oh my goodness.
That. That's what I'm talking about. The fire is mainly coming from the underside of our grill grate because we do a lot of smoke in there, so there's a lot of, you know, nice buildup there. Nice fatty buildup on it. That's all right.
It's charcoal, right?
It's charcoal. It's
Okay.
it's hardwood lump charcoal, oak and hickory, hardwood lump charcoal.
Riley
the
said we
only
should
thing.
make it well done.
And Riley can make his own well done. Or her own well done. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I didn't mean to
Yes.
assume.
But, you know, as we were talking about earlier with that thickness of a steak, you know, the steakhouses I've worked at in the past, you know, they will arrange their steaks based on how people order them. So that, like, thick cut of steak is perfect for a rare or mid-rare. But if you do prefer a well done, you're going to want to go for a thinner steak. So if you're a well done person, like this tomahawk would just be beef jerky at the end of it.
So when I lift the only reason I'm putting the top down is just to kind of kill off the flames a little bit. But I don't want to steam it. I want to sear it. So when you're searing, you really ideally want this open, and you want a high heat. If you don't have a high heat down here, even if and then you open it, you're gonna be basically steaming it anyway. So you don't want to be doing that. You want to sear this puppy.
Everyone is cheering for mid-rear, so.
Mid-rear.
Mid-rear. Mid-rear.
I'm going under mid.
And Babs is in here!
Babsy!
Sorry I don't have anything for you to time because Ryan has been making it his job to stare at the grill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Ah! Trying to get a closer up of that. Ah. That's just beautiful. I could just watch that. Who needs television? Right? We have steak. Oh,
so
yes.
We're gonna give it a little bit of a turn, and then we're gonna close it down again because
right when I zoom in,
the flames are getting up there a little bit, and so we're just gonna try to stymie those flames some, and we'll play the waiting game. And of course.
Oh, I was gonna ask too.
Smokes are going into my eyeballs.
Yes.
Let me move over here so that it can follow. Look at how it does it.
See, no matter where you are, the smoke follows you. So let's see if one of us is over here.
Now it's just gonna go over both of us.
Yes. So
yeah,
the smoke will follow.
No! Try to smoke you out. What if we crouch down? It'll probably go low. I don't know. I don't know. Funny smoke.
Y'all, thank you so much for joining us on FoodTok TV. Please be sure you're following us. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'll just like pantomime the things that you were saying.
Oh, I thought you had something to say.
I did have something to say. I'm gonna go get a platter for this because I want to take it off very soon because.
I had grabbed some.
Do you have a platter? Oh.
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Well, nice. You have a
Yes.
platter.
And then we got to work on the asparagus.
Yes, and I'll put my little paper towel foil bowl over here.
Yes. Tomahawk is coming, guys.
Tomahawk is coming.
Tomahawk is coming.
Any Chiefs fans or Atlanta Braves fans? You know about the Tomahawk.
Oh man. So yes, if you are not following FoodTok TV, you totally should be. If you are looking for any of these recipes of the stuff we made today, be sure you're giving us a follow because as soon as they're posted, it will be in our stories. Also check out FoodTokTV.com. That's where all of our recipes are from our lives.
Oh, I do need to get.
And be sure you're following us because at 6 p.m. tonight is going to be Grub Match, which is FoodTok TV's live cooking competition. It will be live right here on TikTok at 6 p.m. Central. Already got an event for it for y'all to sign up for. It is with what Grub Match is, it is a cooking competition where there is a FoodTok TV creator who is being challenged against another content creator not part of FoodTok TV, and they have 1 hour to cook whatever dishes they want with whatever equipment they want to use, and they have to use the special ingredient. And this week it's legumes.
Legumes.
Ready for the blue legumes?
I'm gonna poke this with my instant read here in the middle. Celsius, I don't know what that means.
Celsius?
What do I do with that?
Those aren't freedom units.
No way to take it out, but lock. No, I don't want to lock it.
That's so weird.
Lock, no front lock.
Oh, that's a terrible view. There we go.
All right, so.
Ooh.
Oh, look at that bad boy.
Oh.
Can we give it another turn here?
Such a beautiful sear. Oh, that dry brining. Oh.
So we're gonna go ahead and we'll put this down.
Okay. For how long? Oh, what's the temp on it?
It's at 60.
It said 60 Celsius?
60. Well, it says that now. Let's check it now that we've turned it.
140, pull it. Pull it.
Uh-huh. What'd you say?
60 degrees is 140.
60 is 140?
Yep. Pull it.
I think it was.
whenever you're cooking things like this on the grill, you got to have a good cop and a bad cop. You know, someone where it's like, well, we got to make sure it's cooked, and the other one that's like, no, rare.
It's 70 degrees on the inside, Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. Okay, Fahrenheit.
Yep.
Okay.
So, try not to completely char it there with all the flames.
We are not well done cooking. We are high searing. This is going to be rare. And on the inside, you said it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit?
70 degrees right now in the very center, which I'm not even messed up with that. Like, I'll eat that all day. It's rare.
Everyone is convinced that's going to be a well done steak, but y'all, that is way too thick to already be cooked.
It's way too thick to already be cooked. And we are really hot over here. We're doing at 500 degrees right now on this grill. So
and also when you can tell just by the feel of the steak too, with how rare it is. Like, you can do that based on your hands, like your thumb and your pinky touching together, and what your thumb feels like here, that's well. Then mid-well, medium, mid-rare, rare. So just that kind of feel test. That's what the steakhouses do, to just kind of feel it without having to poke it. Yeah, now the smoke is coming at you guys.
This thing, I would say, you know, if we want to get 135.
Oh, user, I said to pull it because I thought he was reading it in Celsius and not Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
And so when he said 60 Celsius, I looked it up and it said 140 Fahrenheit. But then he corrected me and he was on Fahrenheit.
Yeah, no, it is on Fahrenheit.
So, Fahrenheit. That's why there was that miscommunication.
Yeah, let's check it again. We don't want to let this one run away.
Because we also know carryover cooking, once it's off the grill, it's going to continue.
I got 65 degrees in the very center.
Yeah, 65 degrees. So for a mid-rare, we're going to want to pull that 120.
Mm-hmm. But I don't want it mid-rare. I want it rare.
Yeah.
And it's all right. I mean, it
so
was
like
rare when we started.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So I don't even care. I would eat it at 65 degrees all day.
Okay, so someone's wanting me to do the finger thing again because they just missed it. So whenever you're testing a steak to see like how cooked it is, but you don't want to like poke it or thermometer it or anything, you can tell based on the touch. So if you're looking for a well done, you're gonna put your thumb and your pinky together, and that firmness, that's what a well done feels like. And then when you go to your next finger, that's gonna be mid-well, and then medium, mid-rare, and then no finger is rare. So like that same feel. So you can just like touch the steak. That's what they do at the steakhouses to determine it without having to, you know, poke your steak. I hope that was a good explanation of that.
You're like poking at the steak there. All right,
there we go. Powers is saying that
now
different steaks do have a different feel, which that is fair. So that's very general.
Flip it again. We got an incredible char on this thing.
This is pretty Pittsburgh style.
This is pretty Pittsburgh. It's okay. It's all right. We love this because all that's going to be great flavor.
Oh, you're so welcome. Yes, it does take practice, and you know what? I've never met someone who like cooks steaks frequently and hasn't messed one up.
Yeah.
It is an easy thing to mess up, but you know what? Practice makes perfect. So you got to practice making more steak.
And a thermometer also really helps.
Dude, these mushrooms.
And speaking of thermometers, let's check it out. We're at 82 degrees internal, right in the dead center of that thing. But I mean, we don't just want the dead center to be done.
Yes, Melissa.
I mean, to be at that temperature. So I'm at like 93, closer here to the outside, and then closer toward the edges of the steak. I'm already at 106. Over here on the way outside, I got, you know, on these outskirts over here, I got 181. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this thing.
Think it's time to pull?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it.
What temperature was it?
Various temperatures. Various temperatures. Yeah, let's get this sucker.
I'd rather pull it, and then, you know, worst comes to worst.
You can always put it back on the grill. We got
put it back on the grill, or even just put it in the oven.
Yeah,
too. But if you're grilling, why would you oven it?
Yeah. Where we come out here to the grill for?
Woo!
There we go.
Yes, Miss Turtle lit up the donut in the gallery. Whoop whoop. This is a charcoal. This is a Kamado, which is kind of the knockoff of the egg.
And you gave me a pan that was like a perfect size.
Oh
there.
yeah, that is a...
Oh yeah. So now we've got a nice seared, even blackened, not blackened necessarily.
But like, this is how, if someone were to order a Pittsburgh style of a cook, that's when they like ridiculously char the outside, and then on the inside it's going to be rare.
It's going to be...
So.
Oh yes, yes. So maybe we got Pittsburgh.
We got Pittsburgh. So I guess we got to
let it rest.
We got to let it rest. So we got to throw in some asparagus.
We're going to throw in some asparagus. I'm going to not cook the asparagus at 500 and something degrees.
Right. So I guess we got to get the
grill down a little bit.
Asparagus ready.
We'll need to prep it. Yeah.
Yeah, which, you know, we're doing a pretty simple prep for the asparagus. I have these sun-dried tomatoes, and I just poured some of the oil and I chopped some of the sun-dried tomatoes in there. And so let's chop this asparagus. By the way, if you're looking to make your asparagus last, if you buy it and you're wanting it to last a couple extra days in your fridge, just a little jar with a little bit of water here. I mean, that the grocery stores do it. Why shouldn't you?
Good point. Good point.
And so,
the grocery stores.
Do you want to be the one that chops them and stuff? Since this is yours.
Mm-hmm. I got these things in here too. Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, no, this is like the perfect size for a bundle.
Yes, it is.
So there's some of that sun-dried tomato oil and.
Okay, so I will. What everybody tells you to do is take the biggest boy.
Big boy. Which one's the biggest?
Find the biggest dude.
So are we thinking like longest dude or the biggest dude?
The biggest dude and punch him in the face. That's basically what we're gonna do. Which one do you think? I don't know.
Right, are we looking at length, like width, like
girth?
Oh, that one, maybe.
You think that one? That's
I think
the
that
biggest
one.
boy.
That one.
All right, so we're gonna take the biggest boy, and then we're going to go on either end of it, and we're gonna snap it, and that's where I wanted to be snapped. So I'll do that, and then I'll do like some averages here. We'll take this, and this is the kind of big boy here, and we'll try this one too, and that's where we want it to be snapped. So.
You know, I don't even know if this is the appropriate way to do asparagus, but it's so much fun.
This
Why
is the
would
way
I change
I've always been taught. This is the way I always do it because it's just how I learned. So we don't want them to be any longer than the thing, because this is like really woody here. This part of the stem, actually, this is not pretty well. So
Which,
these are
that
pretty
does
good.
actually work pretty well in stocks.
Those are great stock things. Like don't throw them in your yard stock. Like I just did. You can make a veggie stock.
Oh, we got plenty of freezer scraps.
Oh yeah, we do. We have so many freezer scraps. So we're going to trim these approximately to the length of that amount that we snapped off.
And Caddy also says that this is how they've always done asparagus.
Okay, good. I'm
cool.
glad somebody else agrees with me.
Well, it's definitely one of those things that I was taught that's how you do with asparagus.
Because I taught you that.
You did actually. But,
yeah.
you know, I never looked into it.
Right.
That's definitely I just took everyone's word for it. So maybe one of these days I'll do a deep dive and see if that's really the appropriate way.
You don't want to get a woody, stringy bit on the end, and that's what you're going to get if you get these stems. So, here you go, babe. We can save these for our stock bag or whatever. You make the call. And really, most importantly, we want to make sure that they're going to fit into our little asparagus.
Yeah, we're freezing them because we don't actually have asparagus straps.
Straps. And then now that can be a new bag. So whatever other things we want to add to that to make a unique stock, we can have it. Are they going to fit in here? I don't know. Probably. Yeah, when they cook down a little bit, they'll fit in there. We're not going to be cooking them in this. We're going to be cooking them on the grill. Would you get me a large thing to toss these in, like a bowl or something? A large bowl.
Bring a bag.
Yes. Did you add the other ingredients to our mushrooms yet?
No.
Okay.
I did not do anything with our mushrooms.
Hit them with some more butter, because these things need some.
Oh yeah, no, they have been
over here.
We have been going low and slow with the mushrooms over here. Hold on, let's go ahead and update everyone, because we've been doing a low and slow.
That's the state of mushrooms that we have here.
Low and slow, letting them absorb the butter and then release the butter.
Absorb the butter.
Golden brown, delicious.
Now
we've been barely paying attention to them, so that's why they're so crusty.
They're crusty, but they're also now released so much liquid that has evaporated. We're gonna give them some more and pump them back up again. So let's go ahead and do those real quick so that we can get those ready before we mess with our asparagus over here.
What are we doing with the
The mushrooms, I want to put some Worcestershire sauce.
So I think we might need to back up since we're using more of our kitchen than what we previously were.
I like it because we couldn't see the screen over here because it's kind of the sun's in our eyes and the glare. But I like how you're using your other phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, this is perfect.
It's good? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do...
Can't see your forehead, but that's fine.
Make sure we shake it up. What are you saying?
Well, I mean, I'll say you're wearing a hat, but...
Well, yeah.
Woo woo!
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to hit them with some Worcestershire sauce. Because we like that. And then we're going to pump some more liquid back up into these puppies. So you can already kind of see them starting to absorb some of that liquid from that. And then we're going to use some hot sauce here. We have a seed ranch. It's called Umami Reserve. What's in that? Oven dried olives, porcini mushrooms, and capers. And hot stuff too.
You know, that's actually my second bottle of it. I bought the second bottle of it when I saw it at Buc-ee's.
Ooh, it was at Buc-ee's?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so it's got tamari, water, olive oil, tomato paste, capers, dried olives, dried porcini mushrooms, dried shiitake mushrooms, seaweed, garlic, red miso, balsamic vinegar, chipotle, carrot, date, sesame oil, and cumin. Oh man, no wonder it's so good.
Yeah.
So much good stuff in there.
Right.
So I'm going to add just a little bit of that, depending on who you are and what you like. And we'll give them a little bit of that umami. You know,
that does not look like it used to be a pound of mushrooms.
It does not, but these are going to make a perfect topping for our steak over here. Oh man,
everyone in the comments
so
is saying that they call it wash your sister sauce.
Wash your sister.
Yeah, that's what everyone in the comments.
I can't say what my grandmother used to call it on camera.
That is my hair. Or your hair. We have close to the same hair color. Just one of us has it up.
My can I say it? I say a dirty thing?
Sure. I mean, I don't know how dirty you're going.
Not very.
Wait.
My grandmother used to call it Worcestershire sauce. So, do with that.
I was about to say, if that was like a granny thing, it can't be too bad.
Yeah, it can't be too... Well, you don't know my granny. I've heard some things in my childhood. All right, so these are taking on a nice deep brown color here, and we're not going to try to cook the mess out of them. We're going to actually...
$1.95, thank you, Kaz.
We're going to cut this here. Thank you, Kaz. I don't know what that means, but thank you, Kaz.
It's okay.
Okay, we'll just let it...
Carry over cooking.
Figure it out by itself. So now they've just absorbed our liquid.
Do you want the heat off?
Yeah, I cleared it. That's good. I've cleared it. All right. So what's $1.95? I'm curious.
Oh, viewers in the room, because different
sweet.
people who are on different things will see different numbers.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's what we like. Yeah.
That was supposed to be a secret code with me and Kaz. Thanks for ruining it.
Well, you shouldn't. I didn't ruin it. I didn't disclose anything.
Miss Turtle says that you have a good granny, and then Babs is like, how cute your granny. So cute. That is a Georgia granny for you.
That's a Georgia
granny.
Georgia granny.
Oh, I have that
garlic
bag over there. Oh, garlic.
I need garlic.
Do you want to slice it, or do you want?
Do you have ones with like big cloves in them? I don't want to spend that much time.
Yeah, I was about to say, you want me to grab the microplane, or?
No, I don't want the microplane. I'm one more clove, please.
Okay.
I'm gonna I'm not like mincing them finely.
Rustic cuts.
Final. Rustic mince.
Rustic mince.
Fine chop. So you had one more? Throw all the stuff in the yard. Husks in the yard.
Yard snacks.
Is it growing? Throw it in the garden.
Yard snacks. Y'all, welcome in. If you were just tuning in, we are getting ready to cook this asparagus because this is the last part of our meal. We have these beautiful mushrooms that have been going low and slow. We've been feeding them butter and wine. Ryan just added some Worcestershire sauce, a very complex hot sauce to this. It has like cumin and dates and stuff in here. And I don't know what herb you added.
freeze-dried thyme.
And freeze-dried thyme.
Freeze-dried thyme.
Added that to there, low and slow, so it's this beautiful thing. And then we'd also made a salad with some homemade jalapeno ranch.
Oh yes, we did. Oh,
Where's the
man.
steak?
Huh? It's right here beside me.
Oh, okay.
I ain't taking my eyes off of it.
And then we have this beautiful tomahawk.
Beautiful tomahawk.
Super seared. This is going to be super
seared.
rare on the inside, but this is like a Pittsburgh style with a very, very char on the outside.
And it's
nice
resting.
and juicy. It's resting. We're not going to mess with it. You don't want to cut it too soon because that is, you know, you got to let it rest so that way the juices can circulate. Because if I were to cut it right now, all the juices would just leave the steak and then bam.
All right, so like I said, we're not going for a super fine mince here. Kind of a rough chop on our garlic.
Thyme is amazing,
A little
Melissa.
finer. Thyme is just is good, so good.
Hello, out of you. Hello.
Especially with you know, grilled beef, not grilled beef, any beef, other things. I'm gonna toss my garlic into my pan, and then I'm going to also require a shallot. And then a couple of those little cherry tomatoes too I need.
I love being the off-screen.
You like being
Sue.
the off-screen Sue?
Yeah, the off-screen Sue, where it's just like my hand.
It's like a chef named Sue.
Lily says that steak is perfect.
Oh, thank you, Lily.
Yes, so excited.
Just wait till you see.
Y'all, let's do a roll call in the comments section. I've been seeing people that are super jealous of how beautiful it is here in Nashville. I'm curious where you're at and how's your weather going? We are very grateful it's beautiful, but we did have tornado upon tornado.
Would that be jealous or envious?
You know what? Babs, I don't know what you're talking about, but good job, guys. Good job, team.
Don't know what Babs is talking about?
It's okay.
She must be saying something good about me.
Yes, that
She
is
knows
what she's
it's
doing.
envious.
She knows what she's
She
doing.
understands.
She's got you.
I got you, boo.
Oh, 60 in Minnesota today. I bet that's
60
awesome.
in Minnesota. Yeah, that's awesome for Minnesota, I'm sure. It's right around a little above 60 over here, so it's very nice. So I got these over here, and I got my sun-dried tomatoes that Taylor
We could have done more of the
sectioned
oil,
out for me.
but y'all,
we still can.
yeah, I mean we can.
And we need to have some kind of oil.
Yes.
So yeah, hit me up with that.
Oh,
No, it's right there. Okay.
which
well,
y'all, if
still,
you're
I'll let
using
Taylor do it.
sun-dried tomatoes and you're not using the oil, what's wrong with you? Because this oil is actually a really good base for a salad dressing too. If you're just looking for a quick vinaigrette, just throw in some herbs, little vinegar. You're good to go. Love sun-dried tomatoes.
Sun-dried anything.
Right.
When it's dried in the sun, it just hits different.
It really does. Yes. So we got the shallot, plenty of garlic, sun-dried tomatoes. How many of the regular tomatoes did you want for that? Because you asked me to. Are you just doing them whole?
Yep.
Oh, so we
A few
need more.
Yep, a few more. That should be good.
Okay.
So we got sun-dried tomatoes, shallot, garlic, regular old tomatoes, yeah, and the oil from the sun-dried tomatoes that were packed in the oil. I'm going to set that kind of over here on the back of my grill, and I'm going to just let that kind of cook off in the meantime. And I'm going to then, man, probably should
Should have what?
have oiled up this asparagus somehow.
Well, I have that bag here that I meant for this
Oh, for
asparagus.
you meant for it. Ah,
Yeah.
that was meant intentional.
Yeah. I brought the bag out here so that way we could toss it
I
in
don't
some
think
sort
it's going to fit them. You got a gallon size?
Yeah. Maybe.
And then we'll just do an oil and a salt and a pepper. Awesome. Yes, thank you, dear.
I guess we could just use regular grapeseed oil, or we could use the sun-dried. Or
I'm going to use the olive oil in
okay.
here.
Yeah, it won't be on the grill long enough.
It's not going to be on not on the grill for too long. Salt, pepper.
Oh.
You need salt, pepper.
If you insist on salt and pepper in your food.
I do. I really do. I literally insist.
I literally insist.
I'm a Karen when it comes to that.
No, I am definitely a people don't.
Here.
Oh, it's here.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. But I'm definitely on team people don't salt our food enough. You know, with the whole, why does this restaurant's food taste so much better? It's like because we use an entire stick of butter.
For flavor,
salt.
but folks, for your hydration, because like when you can drink a bunch of water, but if you don't have salt in your body, you don't absorb the water, you just pass the water. So like you have to have salt in order to absorb water. That's the thing. Much like dry brining a steak, or wet brining a steak.
Yeah.
You know? It's this reverse osmosis. The whole saltwater thing there.
Wow. I'm so looking forward to the sun-dried tomato asparagus.
It's like electrolyte, you know.
Y'all, if you're just tuning in, welcome in. Welcome in. Be sure you're following FoodTokTV. We do live cooking shows on the daily. This is our show, The Tailgate. It starts at 1 p.m. Central on Saturdays where we tailgate things. And today, we are tailgating Grub Match that is on tonight at 6 p.m. Central. Be sure you're following us so you can watch, sign up for the event.
You want to bring them over here? And
Oh, yeah.
What we got going
Gotta
on?
do that while I'm talking about Grub Match. So they're gonna have 1 hour. It's a FoodTokTV creator and a challenger, and they have 1 hour to cook with things. Or have 1 hour to cook as many dishes as they want. And they have to use the secret ingredient, which this week it's legumes.
So I got my asparagus salted and peppered and oiled. Not necessarily in that order. And then I'm just gonna perpendiculate them right here
that is
on my
so
grill, right?
simmery right there.
And then this is what we did before this. We made a little thing of some
the sun-dried tomato
sun-dried
oil.
tomato oil with some of the sun-dried tomatoes, with some shallot, with some garlic, and with some tomatoes. Normally, you'd add your garlic a little bit later, but we're just trying to simmer this. We're just sweating. It's not going to get to a point where it's burned.
Yeah.
I need something to kind of wiggle this stuff around with.
Like tongs or what?
I have tongs. Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I forgot I had utensils over here. So yeah, we're just gonna get a nice little grill char on this asparagus, and then we're gonna set them all inside this pan, inside their flavory oil here.
Ooh, Babs likes bacon on her asparagus.
Ooh, that sounds great.
Maybe even if we added some of the
Wonderful. I'm gonna take this over here to the side.
RX is here. Hello.
RX, what's up?
RX is another one of our FoodTokTV creators. She is on Monday at 4 p.m. Central. I got to actually see her face recently.
You got to see RX while you were there?
Yeah, I got to see RX. I got to see her kitchen
That's
and
awesome.
everything.
You got to see her kitchen?
Yeah, dude, a lot smaller than you would think. I'm impressed.
I feel like RX is the type
Dude,
of
RX is like the most impressive person.
RX is the type of person that does a whole lot with a whole little.
She really is.
Like, that's just my impression of RX.
Yes. No, we are so good. How are you? RX is the Guadua cooks in the comment section. So, yes, be sure to tune in Mondays at 4 p.m. Central to watch her. Because her food is impressive. Oh my gosh. Ryan, I didn't even show you her Easter food. I didn't show you her.
You didn't show me the Easter fruit?
Oh my gosh. It could be in a magazine. It is. It doesn't look like food in the most impressive way.
In the most impressive way. Like, yeah, there's two ways that could go.
Extremely impressive.
Extremely impressive.
You know what? Like, I'm going to get off this live and post it on our Instagram. Just so people can see just how beautiful her food is.
We're just going to keep kind of stirring our other mixture over here. And as these kind of get done, we are going to add them to our mixture. It's gonna.
Melissa Murd said that she got to cook with her in the kitchen too.
Oh yes.
Which that is something that when I went to Texas to meet some people, I didn't do any cooking.
That's not necessarily bad.
No.
But you had food though, so somebody was doing the cooking.
So my kind of joke is if I were to want anyone on FoodTok, or not FoodTok, I'm sorry, anyone on Food Network's job, if I wanted anybody from Food Network's job, I would want Simon Majumdar's
Oh yeah, you want to be a critic.
Yeah, I just want to sit there and critique their food, but I never want to make it. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. I love cooking and stuff, but like, as far as Food Network is concerned.
For a job, yeah.
Yeah, for a job. Just sitting there being like.
Sitting there and getting.
Like, what'd you do? Post this?
Oh, man, yes. And this oil is just kind of slowly cooking all these good things in here.
Babs also pointed out that Melissa's food has been looking amazing lately. She has taken her food photography to a whole new level. I'm so proud of her.
I think I've kept the glove on the whole episode, right?
I think you have. My glove hand.
Almost the whole episode. I had one earlier. I think this is, I don't know. But now my tongs are all oily and everything, and I kind of like having that, so I don't have to run out.
Rosa followed and shared. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for following, because you know what? If you guys are having a good time with us, maybe your friends will too.
So we're going to cook these. We don't want to cook these until they're like army green. We want to keep some of this nice green energy over here. We want some, chlorophyll. We get some oxygen from it in our bloodstreams. So we don't want to kill these things. We don't want to.
But we love a good char, but we don't want it to be like floppy.
We want some char, but we don't want it to be
char,
floppy.
not flop.
Yeah. And it's going to kind of break down the cell walls enough to let some of this oil into the asparagus, which is what I am really looking for.
Okay, so in the aluminum pan, we did the sun-dried tomato oil with chopped up of the sun-dried tomatoes. We have that in there. There's also shallot and garlic.
Garlic, yeah.
And tomatoes.
So as these kind of get ready, and when they're ready, I mean, like, you don't want them to like bend over. You can kind of take them and wiggle them a little bit, like that with the pencil trick where you make it look like it's wobbling, except for this is really wobbling. So I'm gonna stick it on over here. We got some char, we got some grill flavor, we got some heat, we got what we're looking for. Obviously, a lot of the thinner dudes, like this guy right here, is gonna go. So it's gonna go into our oil bath over here. Oh yeah, and now we got some more char over here. I'm gonna try to walk them along like I would like corn on the cob or something, but they're not as spinny as corn on the cob. That's a good one. It's gonna go in there. There's a good one. They're gonna go in there. Trying to add some char to this little I don't know what you call this. I'm gonna stop pretending that I do. Kaz, is he here? Could you tell me what to call this?
Oh man, I don't think Kaz is in here.
Anyone tell me what to do?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Okay,
Clearly, I don't know.
Are you talking about like the spear or the?
I'm talking about the little pan. If they were brats, I would call it a brat tub. Ooh, that one's.
Oh yeah, but an asparagus tub.
Charred one. Asparagus bath. Asparagus oil bath.
The asparagus oil treatment.
The asparagus oil treatment. Oh, that one looks ready. We're just kind of selectively picking these off, and that's how I like to. I like to get the thickest asparagus that I can find at the store, just because I can grill it the way I really like to, which means that I can take longer doing it, and that's the way I really like to.
Asparagus concoction. It's called a Charzaragus.
Charzaragus?
I don't know.
Sounds like just a constellation.
Yeah. Fad just says it's just called delicious. It's just.
There you go. Some of these other guys, they're all kind of finishing up here at the right time, and I like where this is going. Oh man, that is really finished right there. That one's a little bit finished. We're trying to, you're trying to pull them, but we're trying to maintain this nice bright green color.
We want charred but al dente.
And then we're trying to kind of pump them back up a little bit here with this oil. Yep. So we're not going to just, cook the fire out of them, is what I like to say here in the South. Would you get me a pan that I can put this on because it's ready to come off the grill.
Okay.
We'll turn it around a little bit. Promote some even cooking here. I do love having these little grill pans on hand.
Yeah, this is like the pan that I have.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I love how I brought you the tiny one for the steak, but then like this large one.
The big one for the asparagus works for me.
Yeah.
All right, so now we got that. And what else we got to do? I don't know.
That's it.
Is there anything else?
No, we got to cut into the steak so people can see like, hey, you know, but we also got to make sure we get our pictures taken of the steak.
So it's pretty well rested, I would say.
Oh yeah, no, we've had plenty of time to rest. Let
time.
me set the camera so we can do a steak cutting finale here, because we got to do the steak. So we have this beautiful salad.
We're gonna cut it on the cutting board. We're gonna get let's get another cutting board for this, just for the steak, and we'll just present it on that.
Oh, perfect. Give me a second.
Got you.
Be sure to just talk about our food until I get there.
So we have our steak, which is this big old tomahawk. Man. And it's kind of a sin that we're even cutting it. We just should be picking it up by the handle and going at it like, you know, like it's a Renaissance fair. Meat on a handle, like it's intuitive. That's why it comes on a bone. And we have our asparagus that we just grilled up. And we did a little aluminum pan of our accompaniments for our asparagus. So we have shallot that we did in there, sun-dried tomatoes, the sun-dried tomato oil, garlic, and then we took our asparagus separately and we put it in a bag. We put some olive oil on it, and then we also have fresh cherry tomatoes in there too. We put some olive oil on it, salt, pepper, kind of roll it around, get it ready for the grill. The asparagus never touched this pan until it was grilled out on the grill rack, and then it goes back in here with its family, which is going to make it delicious.
Yes. Which I'm going to move this.
It's you know, ideally that looks so dangerous. I don't like that at all.
Well, I was actually going to like tilt this into a new pan. Like a presentation plate.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. If you want to, hold on, give me 1 second, and then if you want to do that real quick. I need to rinse my knife, so I'm gonna go do that.
Yes, because we gotta cut up this tomahawk steak. It's gotta be. So we got the cutting board ready, which by the way, we do have this big cutting board that we do take care of. And we spent some money on this, but then we also got this like cheap little cutting board. I think we spent 20 bucks on it, but we got this because when you're using wooden cutting boards, oftentimes when you cut things with like shallots and onions, like those flavors will linger. So we got this really cheap $20 cutting board just for the onions and tomatoes, and we don't do any of the oiling or anything that we should, but we've still had this cutting board for 5 years now. So not saying that's gonna be everybody's, you know, experience with this, but I recommend the cheap cutting boards always, and the expensive ones. What up, Mr. Crown Royal? So Ryan, do you know how much the bone weighs with this? We'll have to like weigh the bone later.
Yeah, we can certainly find out.
Oh, maybe we can make a post asking people what they guess. Let people guess. I like it. So.
Oh, that's a good call. Like, let's get the guesses.
So, yeah, let's get the guesses because we're gonna weigh this out later for the bone. Do you know how much this whole thing weighed before we cooked? Do you recall?
No.
I'll have to pull that out.
Let's see how much it weighs now.
How much it weighs right now?
How much does it weigh now?
Okay.
Because how much it was before and how much it is now, it ain't the same.
We can look that up on our like grocery store receipt.
Yeah.
How much it weighed before? I'm going with ounces. That's in grams, unit change. So I'm just gonna
tear it up.
So.
It's centered over there.
can't read it.
There we go. There we are. 2.42 pounds.
Yeah,
That's without the pan. That's
without the pan.
tear.
We zeroed it out before we added the steak back onto the thing. So this thing is 2 pounds, 4.2 ounces after it's cooked. So,
So we'll just
yeah. Do you want to get a photo?
I do want to get a photo. And so yeah, and we'll get a get you up.
So we'll have to weigh the bone. So like y'all have to guess what the bone weighs. We're not going to be able to wait until after this is cut up.
You know.
So put your guesses. How much do you think the bone weighs?
Not exactly sure exactly what direction some of this grain, but it's a ribeye, so the grain kind of runs spiralific over here. So I'm just going to start from over here.
Oh, wait.
I'm not going to start yet. Don't worry. Don't
give me a heart attack. Why don't you?
Don't flip out, man.
I will flip out.
I know.
Don't tell me what to do.
I'm not going to do what everybody thinks I'm going to do.
I'm going to flip out.
All right, so
get your hand.
Get my hand. Here, you want it like that? How'd you like that? Oh, yeah. Are you cool? Is your lens clean? Oh, I wanted a meat fork. I'm gonna get one.
A meat fork. Gotta clear more things out of the way because y'all, if you're taking a food photo and you still have like a bunch of like mess in your background, clean it up first. We want to see your food, not your kitchen. I say this as someone who is not very good at cleaning up after myself. And also when I take photos, I try to look at an angle because oftentimes when you take photos of food and you're directly right over, you don't see any sort of elevation. So you do want to angle it so you get some sort of elevation. Ah, oh, beautiful. Outdoor is definitely best for taking pictures of food because you get light everywhere. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is good lighting.
Yeah, this is.
I would argue that this
people pay a lot of money for this kind of lighting.
I would argue taking it from this angle is the best. You're getting the best shot because the sun is.
Yeah,
like,
but then also
at this inclination right now, so.
And also, when you take photos, don't zoom in. Okay, you can do that in editing. Do the full zoom out.
Editing.
Yeah, do that in editing.
Right, so we got
take the whole zoom out thing, and when you edit, then you can crop it. Oh wait, let me get a video of this. Okay, I'm filming you.
Okay, all right. So I got my meat fork, which is really cool. This was made out of an automotive suspension spring, coil spring. That's pretty cool. So these outer bits are going to be a little bit more done than the inner bits. That's okay, no worries. They're nice and tender still, and I would put those at.
Yeah, those are going to be our leftover
I would put those around
quiche.
Medium well into there. Yeah, these are going to be flavor bits for something else. But as we get into the center of here, look at that. Oh yes. Oh man, now we got made rare. There's something for everybody here.
Yeah.
You know, like, so you can serve the well done people. You can give them these outside bits over here on that little, I don't know what that muscle's called per se, but oh, look at that. And now we get into our rare plus right there. That might be still mid rare, right?
I think
you
so.
think it's rare plus?
Rare
I don't know,
plus.
but I guarantee you in the center of this thing we're rare plus, and I love that. Oh yeah. There we go.
Which
So.
I think rare plus is actually my preferred way for steak to be cooked because, you know, completely rare, that's not going to render out any of the fat.
Yeah,
right?
it's
so you got to
gonna-
like let the fat render a little bit.
It's gonna give you very.
But I still love that like big red meaty.
Oh man, but
taste.
like this sear on the outside. This is not a smoke ring. This is a doneness ring. We did not smoke this. We did not do any kind of low slow. We put this thing straight up over the
On
fire.
a searing.
Right over the fire.
Seriously.
Seriously, we put it at 525 degrees on that grill, and look at that though.
Oh my goodness.
Getting some beautiful cuts of meat here. I'm really loving this. I'm going to go ahead and cut this away from the bone. I'm going to separate that rib round portion there from that.
Sorry guys, I'm not checking the comments right now. I will soon though. But
This is where the
get in your
action's
guesses for the weight of the bone. See how there's like not juice at all running from here? It's because we let this rest.
We did let it rest, and we dry brined it, so all those juices are hovering out in. So this is very juicy meat. And then some of this, I'm just gonna like really thinly slice this. Apparently, I wasn't planning on it, but I'm just narrating what I'm doing at this point. It doesn't really matter.
Nobody cares their steaks.
Yeah, it's meat.
It's steak.
You know.
Nobody cares.
As long as everybody gets a slice, nobody cares how you slice it.
Right. Oh.
Look at that. So this is very beautiful. Very, very beautiful meat here. I don't want to block your view. I know there's a little bit on it. I'm trying to get the rest of it too. But yeah, that okay.
I'll screen grab that
nice.
later.
Nice.
Oh,
you want to take and throw a little bit of garnish on there?
Yeah.
All right. Here, I got some garnish.
Come on, guys. Like, come on. Okay, a little bit came off. But as far as like the whole thing is concerned, like that wasn't really a lot of juice, considering how much juice was actually in here. I'm trying so hard not to sneak a bite.
Come on. I know.
I'm trying so hard not to sneak a bite. I want to sneak a bite.
I mean, I already didn't trust you, so I thought you were.
Oh, he already thought.
You were gonna be sneaking a bite. We'll just put a little bit of fresh parsley there for some kind of effect. I don't know. It's artsy. It's artsy fartsy.
Catty Doodles wants to know who gets to eat off the bone.
Obviously the wife.
Well, what? Yeah. What about the steak?
Oh, that's a good question.
I have a bone to clean up.
Yeah, I got a bone to pick. I got a bone to pick with you.
Babs's guess is 0.28 ounces.
That was the worst. Does anybody else relate to that? When your parents are like, and you come home from school and they're like, Ryan, we got a bone to pick with you. That's never good.
Guys,
it's never good.
We need a hasty bake. I don't know what that means.
Hasty bake.
Is that a compliment or an insult?
I don't know.
I don't know, but
I also have some more parsley here, so I'll just throw it in the mushrooms.
Yes.
And then, yeah. So there we have some mushrooms to go over the top of this. Little accompaniments. And I'm gonna take this little piece of steak butt off of the bone here too. That is a delicious piece right here. I took that little steak nubbin off of there. Little steak nubbins, and this right here is going to be our snack piece, our sample piece here. Oh man, that crust though, that crust. So if you're watching,
so I guess we got to get a photo.
If you were doubting, man, that's all fat right there, so that's okay.
I'm getting my antsy, I gotta eat.
If you were doubting the doneness of this or rooting for a certain doneness, now we know how it is. But we got like rare plus here, really rare toward the very center of it. Over here we get closer to your medium rare range, and then medium well over here, all the way to well at the very tip.
Yeah, which that is going in our omelets tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that'll go in the omelets.
That's our omelet tomorrow.
Man, it's gonna add so much.
Because it's just the two of us eating this.
Yes, it literally is just the two of us.
Oh, did you want to take photos with your phone since I took?
Yeah, I can take some photos with my phone. Let me go wipe off my knife. I just licked the juices off my hands. Wow.
So jealous.
Wow, it's so good.
So jealous of your juices. Y'all, be sure you're following us, that way you can see these photos later. Here, though, I'm going to show you all the photo I just took.
And now that
Can y'all see that? No, you can't. Too much blinding. Whatever. It's a good look at that.
Yes. Now that we're out of winter,
you're going to have to follow us on our pages so you can see those photos. It's beautiful.
Now that we're out of winter, folks, we'll be doing this a lot more. We'll be out here. We'll be grilling with you because this is really what we're all about. So,
right. I mean, we're the tailgate.
This is where we wanted to be for the last 3 months, right? Right out here.
Because we're the tailgate.
Oh yeah, give it a little toss. Are you gonna? Oh yeah.
Because I got the asparagus here too that I'm working on plating.
Yes, and it has kind of carryover.
It's okay.
Cooked.
Well, yeah, it's carryover cooked a bit.
And that's all right.
It's fine. It's not like super limpy. It's cooked. It's not super limpy because I do like a charred but al dente.
Yeah. You don't want to like, don't want to overdo your asparagus here. And on the grill, you just kind of have to pick and choose. But man, that looks good. That's got green in it.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like a soggy boiled vegetable.
It still looks like a vegetable, right?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a... Sun-dried tomatoes make the world go round. Ah!
Yes.
Shallot and garlic, sun-dried tomato oil.
So here we go, folks. I'm gonna... I need to get this geared more toward you guys.
Does your food ever make you want to do an evil laugh? You might be doing it right.
That on there. That's to the side.
So y'all,
I'll take some pictures.
having such a bad day yesterday, and we decided that this food would heal us. What do you think? Do you think that this food is healing us today? I think so.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
I'm already feeling healed. And y'all, don't forget, we also have this beautiful salad that I made earlier with a jalapeno ranch. That I will have the recipe for the jalapeno ranch on FoodTokTV.com, where we have all our other recipes. Because, this is a fairly simple ranch to put together. Oh my gosh.
Only thing it's shooting around this time is trying to not be in the shadow.
Right, that is really difficult.
But that's okay.
In the shadow.
The shadow.
Yes, cooking is the way to heal, y'all. So we are on FoodTok TV. So we are actually separate people when it comes to our TikTok pages. I will go ahead and comment mine on here so y'all know where to follow me. I'm the Mustard Queen, also known as Taylor, so you can find me Ketchup is Garbage.
Also known as In My Shot.
Oh, In Your Shot. So that's me. Yes. Yes,
Nice.
let's eat. So that's me.
90-degree bias here.
Oh,
45-degree
listen to
bias.
the birds. The birds are going crazy.
You think birds are carnivores? Like maybe these ones are?
Yeah.
Maybe we have some carnivorous birds here.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So what brand is our Kamado?
Our Kamado is a Vision smoker.
I love being a mom 2008. Already follows me. Yeah. I love it when people come on here and I'm like, wait a minute. I just don't recognize you because you're not in your yellow apron. I'm just really over the photos because I gotta...
You're in the photos too.
Oh.
Not in that one.
Okay. I tried. We tried.
Then we got our mushrooms here.
Oh, the mushrooms.
And then our salad. Where's our salad at?
Oh, yeah.
The salad gets easily forgotten.
Right.
That's why it's the first dish.
Yeah, because who cares about salad?
There you go. Here's a salad. It's your ranch. If you please, if you're a ranch fan, it's there.
Yeah, if you use ranch seasoning packets a lot, I highly recommend you guys just make your own ranch seasoning. Because like the dried buttermilk powder, dried dillweed, and dried chives are pretty much the only things you'll need to keep on hand. You can do garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, cayenne, paprika, whatever other seasonings you want to add in there. But if you use the ranch packets, it is so much more effective to just make your own. Thanks, Babs. Babs says we had beautiful plating.
Thank you, Babsy. We love our Babsy.
Caddy Doodles also follows me. Love it when people are like, wait, I already follow you. Word. You know, while a lot of
I think
my
I've got enough pictures here.
I think so. You know what I gotta try? Are you gonna cut me my first bite of steak?
It's already cut.
Yeah, I know, but like it's not like a bite. Ooh, yeah, with a little.
Yeah, you got.
He got the
utensils. You got tools.
Tell the story about these tools.
These tools I got because I work on cars and work for also a parts company and stuff. These are made from pieces of coil spring, like suspension coil springs for vehicles, which is pretty cool. So they repurposed them and then they twisted them around. And this is from, I believe these come from Les Jeffers, which is a brand of a Swedish brand of coil springs. So these are pretty cool. These are Viking. These are Viking utensils.
Oh, that's like butter.
Oh man, are you giving us just the center cut like pieces?
Yes.
Ah, yes.
You know I love him when I gave him the first bite. You know that's love right there.
I just love. Oh my god. And that, if there's any steak that could help heal a broken heart,
Yes.
man, that
Asparagus.
that'd do it right there. The asparagus, yeah, it's good. Yeah. Get a little swizzle, a little
You know, all
soiree.
that sauce.
Sauce.
That's a dried
Oh,
tomato.
see, that's good. That's not. It's not too.
They can't see.
No,
Your
sorry.
flop.
It's not too floppy.
It's not too floppy. It's cooked. Maybe a little less cooked would have been nice, but you know what? The flavor, the texture, it's phenomenal. And then I gotta try a mushroom.
Wow, man, that sun-dried tomato oil is so good in there.
Butter, wine,
Butter.
butter, wine, low and slow mushrooms with the beautiful char.
Low and slow.
These are some of our best mushrooms,
Those are some
especially
really good
since these are just white button mushrooms and not like fancy mushrooms. Wow.
You have a little of the Worcestershire, and we had a little bit of that hot sauce, which was the umami, the umami reserve
Yeah,
sauce.
this is
Really good sauce.
Yeah, and there's oven-dried olives, porcini mushrooms, and capers in here, and that's what he added to that.
And all of this needs a black pepper.
Of course.
I'm not holding off on any of it. Of course, we took pictures without it because, you know, you can add your
photos.
own. You can add your own stuff.
Right.
You come over here. We're not going to tell you what to do.
Okay, I gotta get a steak with a mushroom.
I'm going to have even some of the more, you know, the more well piece of that.
I'm
too.
wrapping
I don't
up the
even care.
mushroom in my steak. I gotta check the messages. I've been too busy dancing. Ooh, make a mushroom steak salad. Yes. So, curious, why aren't there any flies flying around the food? We don't currently have a lot of flies. Next month, you will see them. You will see them next month, I promise.
Where we live in Tennessee, we're very we're close to the river, and so we get plenty of river bugs. See, here's a bumblebee. No.
Oh, thank you for being part of the team.
We're close to the river, so we get river bugs, we get a bunch of mosquitoes, we get flies, but the amount of insects, for whatever reason, on an arid day like today, they're just not hanging out. But on a like sticky, humid, like normal Tennessee day where it's
And that
like
wasn't the first time we were asked that
98%
question.
humidity, you know, it's like 90 degrees and it feels like 2060 degrees. The mosquitoes will just be all in your face and everything. But on a nice, dry, arid, cool day with a little bit of a breeze, we don't really get flies or mosquitoes or nothing. So there hasn't been fly one landed on this this dish. So this is great. This is a perfect day to cook outside. Mm-hmm. And eat outside. Mm-hmm. Just hang out outside. We might not even go inside today.
Well, I have to get ready because tonight is grub match.
You can do it from inside.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Or outside.
I'm actually not hosting. It will be Benjamin's Kitchen that's hosting, but I still like being in the background operating everything. So Benjamin's Kitchen is hosting our grub match. So at 6 p.m. tonight, that will be our grub match competition, live cooking competition on TikTok Live, where it's a FoodTokTV creator that is being challenged against another creator. Trini Cooks is being challenged by Jen 1960, and her handle is at Jennifer Craig 23. You can find her, and they have 1 hour to cook dishes they want to with the secret ingredient legumes.
Legumes.
And you know, I was actually looking through Trini's recipes, and I didn't see like anything she made with beans. Peanut butter, yes. So I'm curious how this is going to turn out. So fun thought experiment. So be sure you tune in tonight at 6. Make sure you are following us. Hit the bell. Sign up for the events. That way you can show up and see how cool this competition is. And if you're interested in ever competing in this competition, I'm the one you got to talk to. So, whew.
Man.
I think we've done all we can do.
I think we have. I mean, obviously not, but.
I mean, obviously not. We could have done more.
We've done all we should do.
Yes, we've done all we should do.
Yes.
Yes.
Get that ranch inside the refrigerator.
Yeah, inside the refrigerator.
Get that thing refrigerated. And man, smokers are rolling. And then after this, I think it's a beautiful, it's a nice enough day that I really do actually just want to be outside today. So I'm going to chill out for the remainder of the daylight.
So we're just going to hang outside.
Hang outside, and then once this thing cools down, I will go ahead and change my gaskets on it, because that, if you were here with us early on, that needs to be done. I pulled off the gasket for the top one, but I have new ones to replace it with. So.
Jen 1960 says that she's using seven different legumes.
7 different legumes.
I have not counted the legumes Trini is using.
I love it. I love it. That's why legumes is a great category for this.
Yeah, it's so much fun because legumes, like, they cover like peas and beans and peanuts. That's another fun one, is peanuts.
Legumes. Bean sprouts.
Bean sprouts.
Bean sprouts.
Let it all oot.
Sprouts, beans. You could have dried beans. You could have canned beans. You could have fava beans. You could have chickpeas. Or,
chickpeas.
legumes.
Yes. So many.
Pretty much any of those little bit.
There's a fly. There was a fly, in case y'all were asking. We saw a fly.
Yep.
But yeah, no, I think we've done all we can do, and I think all we gotta do is relax until grub match tonight. So make sure you're following FoodTokTV. Tune back in Saturday, 1 p.m. Central for us. All we have left, what?
All we have left to do is don't.
Nothing. Yeah. So if you need anything from us today, don't.
Don't.
Okay.
Don't.
So
because if you do, you're not gonna get it.
Right, thank y'all so much for following along with us. Some of these recipes will be up on FoodTokTV.com later, because that's where you can go, where you can see all of the recipes that we make live. And, you know, just for the final shot.
Oh man, look at that. Just look at it. Oh.
Look at it.
Beautiful. Oh,
look
the
at
juices are running down there. Oh yeah, all over the juices and the meat.
Not too many juices.
It's in there. Oh, not too many. Yeah. No, it wasn't a surplus. All the juices are in the meat because of that dry brining.
The mushrooms.
Man, this is just everything.
Ooh, sun-dried tomato.
Those juices
asparagus.
almost left.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, these juices are. Love it. And then the salad.
And of course, salad.
But yeah, I think we're gonna sign off here and go be
done here.
Yeah, we're gonna go sign off here and eat all of it.
And enjoy this beautiful sunshine, this beautiful day. I literally do not see, there's no cloud that I can see in the sky.
Yeah, I do not see a cloud. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for joining us, and hopefully we made y'all jealous of us today.
Envious.
Envious.
Babby.
All right, guys, we're gonna hide off. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for joining. We love you. Have a beautiful weekend.
Oh, wait. Whoa. That is a solid weigh the bone.
Weigh the bone. Oh, we had to weigh the bone. You're right.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely right.
Oh, my God, that would have been so rude.
So tragic. That would have been so tragic.
Oh, man. Thank you.
Good point. And there is still some meat on the bone. Should should we like try to trim the remainder off,
Yeah,
or just keep
trim.
it for prettiness sake? Or are we just going for whole bone?
I mean, we can weigh both, I guess.
Yeah, there we go.
That is such a good point, guys. We were about to
He's
leave.
like, weigh the bone.
Whoa,
like,
guys. Whoa.
Weigh it a minute. Weigh it a minute. Weigh it a minute.
9.6 ounces.
9.6 ounces. So there you go. So probably
But
8 ounces.
should we-
Like, there's probably an ounce.
Yeah, there's like
8 ounces.
Yeah, but should we?
Nobody's winning a prize for it.
No.
Now if somebody's giving us a prize, then yeah, we should.
I'm just so curious.
Okay, yeah, I'm curious too.
Yeah. I don't know. This seems like a you job. You're so right. We're gonna try and do this super quickly, but like it's so necessary because it was like
Yeah, that's
9.6.
So
You're right, guys. We did lead you on. That would have been super rude.
we led you on.
Yeah.
It's like high school prom. Just led you on.
Lead you on before you go. And of course, like we're not gonna sit here and chomp all the meat off. Like
Yeah, I'm not gonna like French.
yeah,
it.
we're not gonna get super crazy. So
Yeah, not gonna get.
Jen
too
thinks
big.
it's gonna be 8.5.
Yeah,
we got
I think it's gonna be close to 8.
Oh, someone guessed 8.2.
8.2. Oh, I think we're in the 8s for sure.
But Caddy Doodle had said hit 8.2 before we even weighed it from earlier.
Okay. All
And
right.
so there's an 8.7 guess, there's an 8.5,
Is it
8.7.
Caddy Doodle or Katie Doodle?
There's two T's.
I don't know what that means.
Two T's. Like if it was, it's like K-A-T-T-I-E
Okay.
rather than K-A-T-I-E. Two T's. Caddy.
Caddy Doodle. Caddy Doodle went to town. Oh crap, I spilled some meat. There we go.
Okay,
That's
so
as trimmed as it's getting.
As
out
trimmed
here
as
for
it's
you.
gonna get without us like having to knot, and you know we're not doing that on this live show.
No.
But you know maybe a little. Oh, that was actually a pretty good bite. You want to take a bite?
What was it?
It was 9.6 before this.
What was it now? Oh, we're just biting it to figure it out? Mm-hmm. We're biding our time? Mm-hmm. Not biting her. I know it's good.
6.8.
Whoa!
I know.
That's wild.
6.8 ounces.
6.8 ounces. Okay, so not a lot of ounces.
Which of course, like we could have chawed off more meat here, but like I don't really think this meat is like very like.
Not very viable.
Yeah, it's not like contributing to the amount of meat that we have for the overall dish, but the meat towards the bone though is the most flavorful. Okay, now let's weigh it. 6.7.
Wait, what was it before?
6.8. But I took a bite out of it.
You took a tenth of an ounce of a bite.
Yeah. So 6.7. But like there's not a whole ton of more meat to bite off on. Yeah, there we go.
So probably like a 6 ounce
Yes.
bone. I would say 6.
Yes. The asparagus is delicious. The mushrooms are delicious. The salad's gonna be amazing. We haven't had the salad yet.
The meat
with
is
the
very
jalapeno
delicious.
ranch dressing.
The meat is obviously delicious.
Meat is obviously delicious. And you know what? We're not holding back on anything else, so now we can let you all go.
Yep. So,
So we're done. Thank you all for
thank
joining
you
us.
guys for coming in here and spending time with us. We loved having you, and we'd love to have you again.
Yeah, so tune in next Saturday at 1 p.m. Central. That's where we're going to be on FoodTok TV. And also tune in tonight on FoodTok TV at 6 p.m. Central for Grub Match.
And if you're at the game, come over and see us at our tailgate.
Yeah. Come see us at our tailgate. All right, bye, friends.